What is adolescence? This is the transitional period between childhood and adulthood. This includes the cognitive and physical changes a child goes through. During this time, development changes are a lot, while children are trying to figure out who they are and how to interact with others that are doing the same as they are. All cultures are different in determining when or what adolescence is, but some of those cultures don't even believe that adolescence exists. There is always going to be societal expectation of what adolescence is, but it's not true for all children as to what they are expected of. Some children are expected to be violent or rebellious, but some can be to themselves during this transition and figuring out who they are on their own. There's always expectations and pressures that are put onto them from society or from their own family, and those things can affect a child during this time. A few different challenges are culture differences, the age of adolescence, as well as whether there is parental guidance or no parental guidance. An example of the ages is when it begins and when it ends, or whether the stage goes rapidly or if it's a slow development. Adolescence is considered to be a social construct because the ideas of adolescence is not considered to be absolute truth due to the fact not all cultures believe in this stage of life. An example would be in the Haitian culture, as soon as you turn at least 12 or 13, you should be able to cook, clean, and take care of your siblings if you are the oldest. My own definition of adolescence would be that it's the stage of transition, but it's difficult to determine when it starts. I believe that it starts from age 13 to 17, because during that time you are trying to figure out who you are, and you are trying to figure out how to react with other people and how to interact and how to figure out where the puzzles work with you and a different person, your personalities, your character, what makes you you, as well as what makes other people themselves. And in this time, you're experimenting with things. You're trying to figure out how to do school, how to do work. And it's like you're not an adult, but you're still not a child. So it's definitely an in-between a childhood and an adulthood. And it's not the same for everyone for me, because a lot of people develop differently, and it may start at a different age and it might end at a different point in their life, as well as being able to differentiate what goes on in their life, because some people do develop quicker and become more into the adulthood earlier than my opinion of where adulthood and adolescence ends. I believe my concept can be universal, but some people might not agree because of the way they were raised or the way they just think differently than I do. While some people might not agree with my definition, but it is based on how my experience was. Since I am the oldest of four, I pretty much had to be the adult in my family, especially when my mother used to work 3 jobs. So I was always taking care of my younger siblings. So in my opinion, I did develop a lot quicker than most children around my age. A lot of children around my age were able to just be children and hang out and do other things, while I had to be home to cook, clean, and take care of my siblings. Adding into my experience, I do remember when I was about 13, my mother used to tell me I need to be in the kitchen so I can learn to cook. But I wanted to be more of a child, and she wanted me to be doing more adulthood things, because my mother in Haiti, she used to do those things. That was an expectation of children at a certain time, especially girls, and I didn't agree with it. Personally, I feel there is always going to be challenges based on the fact that not everyone will agree or believe that there is an adolescent stage in life. And some people go through it and some people do not. That's why I feel that it's always going to be challenging trying to define where it begins and where it ends. This stage is important in life because you need to be able to shape who you are, and being able to be expected of being respectful, responsible, and focusing on what you are doing in life.